Hi, Kevin.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome back to Count Hinkula's tower, atop the castle, at the ridge of the village. Welcome back to Inktober 2023. My 13th day in a row to be live streaming. Thank you for checking in on my descent into madness. I appreciate it. Goddess D's, nice to see you. Welcome to work. Clock in, take a seat. I guess I was here late. I don't really have a set time. I'm just kind of doing it whenever. But today I had to go to the post office. So, Joey's here, Maniac for Bricks, 13 days in a row. My God, yeah, we're almost at the halfway point. Thank God. Thank God. But, yeah, I had to go to the post office this morning because somebody bought my Deadpool comic, which is awesome. So I had to package that up and go take it to the post office. So I like to do these around like 10 o'clock or so, but I was like 15, 20 minutes late because I was out and about. You know. But Goddess of D's, thanks again for joining me over on the Patreon. I need to get your name added to the opening scroll. I also need to mail you some stuff, and I also need to know what you want me to draw you, because you get a gift character illustration for being in the $20 tier. So I need to send you a message, or you can send one to me proactively if you want. We got to figure that out. Can you show us? Yes, absolutely. I have it already uploaded and ready to go. So today's, so yes, let's get through all the housekeeping. Let's get through the housekeeping, and then we'll get to the drawing. So, you're fine, love. We are good. We are all good. The royal we. Today's prompt is rise, and I have an idea. Look at this list. I love to see the prompts crossed off. I love it. That hits the old brain. When this whole list, when the whole thing is grayed out, except that last one, I'm going to be a happy vampire. So yes, live streaming every day. Make sure you got your notifications on, because I don't have an exact set time. I'm just going live every day when I have the chance, which means most weekdays it's going to be early morning, and probably most weekends it's going to be in the evening. But it won't be tomorrow evening, because tomorrow evening I'm going to be on Ghost Frickin' Talking's YouTube channel. Let me type that in the chat. Ghost Frick 'N Talk 'N. So this, take note of this. I'm going to be on their YouTube channel tomorrow night doing Doodle Pictionary horror themed. This is our 3rd year to do it. Not family friendly. There will be cursing. There'll be lots of cursing. Because that's their style. That's their brand, and they're my friends, and they can do that. It's their channel. So it's not family friendly stream. It is horror movies. It is raunchiness. It is cursing. But I'll be over there drawing horror prompts, and you guys in the audience will be trying to guess. And the first people that guess get free prizes. So I'll be giving out free horror stickers. So if you can make it, that'd be cool. If not, no big deal. I'll also have the whole thing downloaded and re-uploaded to my my YouTube channel. I am so behind the ball in advertising this too, because I was like, oh, I need to put together a little ad for this, because this is happening next week. Kevin, this is happening tomorrow. I thought this was like a week ago. I thought I had a week left, and I'm like, oh, this is tomorrow. So I haven't advertised it anywhere, which is a cardinal sin. So I need to put something together for later today. Okay, today's prompt is rise. I know today is Friday. It is payday for a lot of people, so I would be remiss if I didn't remind you all. I am doing a promo over on my website. If you type !shop in the chat, that'll get you the link directly to my website, where I have hundreds of waterproof, weatherproof stickers that I drew all by myself. No AI. Wait, you're getting paid? Am I? Someone's got to be getting paid. And I'm giving out free Count Hinkula promo stickers. These are limited. I have 29 left. I have 29. When the month is over, it's done. Even if I have leftovers, they will not be distributed. This is an October only promo. Any product, any dollar amount, anything. Make any purchase, and you get one of these for free, and they are hand numbered on the back. So 29 remain. Oh, is that yeah, Stranger Things quote. Also, yesterday was spicy. yesterday was spicy, and I didn't get a chance to do the final presentation, the final crop, putting it all together with the effects on the flames on the candles. This is the final piece. This is the piece that went up on social media. This is what the world has seen. This is the Snake Witch. Snake Witch. What's up, Howie? Howie Stuff is here. Got a little sassy, got a little spicy, Howie. Hey, Howie, art's not easy, okay?
Well, art is not all fun and games. It's a lot of hard work.
We got spicy yesterday, and if you're extra curious, exclamation point T Public takes you to the T Public store. Exclamation point Redbubble takes you to the Redbubble shop. If I spell it right, I always spell it wrong. That's embarrassing. This design is available for sale. You can get it on a mouse pad if you want. You can get it on a hoodie. You can get it on a shirt. You can get it on anything. Anything. So it's up. It's up on the shop, as well as every previous piece of artwork on there. So, and I also, what's up, Bubble Levo? I also took a stupid amount of time yesterday and went through Redbubble and tweaked all the previous artwork. So I know there was a couple complaints about filling in some of the white areas because I was trying to anticipate where the cuts would be for like stickers and magnets, and I know that didn't necessarily look as good on like the apparel, which is not a concern there because they can just print whatever I create. So I do have the option to have multiple versions of the artwork. So this version of the artwork is for stickers and magnets. This version of the artwork is for apparel. Like, you can literally put a different version of the artwork on every product. It is a monstrous task to do, but I did it. I did it for you guys. So it took me like 5 hours yesterday, but I went through all 12 prompts and tweaked it. So now you have like the most optimized version of the artwork for every product you can imagine. And it was so irritating because there was like 2 or 3 times where I was updating artwork and you go through every single item and then you'll hit submit and it'll be like error. And it takes you like 15 minutes to do this. And it's like error. And it like reboots all the things I had just done and I have to do them all again. That happened to me like 3 times yesterday, and both times I stood up and was like, and I just like walked away. I was so mad. So angry. Goddess D says I need something with this one. Duh. Advertise Kevin. I feel like people would have questions if I walked down the street rocking this as on a hoodie. They might. You never know. Alright, get out of here. Alright, get out of here. So, Titanium J is here. What's up, Jay? Don't worry, we're not getting spicy today. Yeah, Bobo has a gummy bear hoodie that directly prompted me to try out a cannabis tattoo and art festival, which I have no regrets in trying, but it was a dud. All right, today is Rise, and I have an idea. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. And my idea is, we have ominous music too because we're drawing a creature. We're drawing a baddie today. Although technically yesterday was a baddie too. So day 11. I drew this on day 11. This was my original character Troy exploring some kind of dark, ominous cave, void, whatever, and we got this set of eyes. Here, which from an extreme distance just looks like Navi wings. I fully admit that, but a pair of eyes. So we are going to create this creature for Rise. I'm gonna paste it here. Boop. And I envision this as like maybe like a shadow creature. So like coming up out of the shadow. Maybe some like stickiness or whatever. Coming up out of the shadow. So it's rising. Get it? Get it? Rise? So that's what's going to be. That's what today's going to be. Bobo, I need this kind of... Wait, what is this? I get enough comments on the gummy... Yeah. Bobo has one of my gummy bear shirts from Redbubble, and people think it's like all weed gummies, and it like literally was not. The Kevin Crab shirt does not spark controversy. The crab shirt? I have a crab shirt. That's a Wario Land crab. I'm really proud of that crab. He's holding a coin. So. All right. So yeah, that's my idea. My idea is a monster. This is not going to take as long as the prompt from yesterday because I'm not really worried about anatomy because I'm just kind of creating this. This is creature monster, so I'm not worried about like getting like that proper human anatomy. Except hands, because of course hands, right? I'll make it actually scary. Well, it's not going to be like nightmare inducing, but it's a creature. The only thing that has to happen is I need to make sure that it's got these same eyes. And that's part of the storytelling. It's part of the narrative that's kind of being written across all of the Inktober pieces. They're all connected. They're all original. I'm creating them each day with only a few exceptions pulling in from existing characters, but they're also original. But they are all connected somehow. Just finishing the last sip of my coffee. All right. Okay. Famous last words. I know. I know. Hopefully not. And we'll see how long we go with this particular music. I didn't want something cheerful because this is not a cheerful creature. This is not a cheerful creature. But it's like coming out of a shadow. It's like a creature of darkness. Which is why it was in that dark void. So just doing some experimenting. And as always, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. You've got literally 1,000 other options. So bless you for choosing me on this adventure. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. It's got to really feel like it's coming out of the shadow. Not any fun options? Okay. I'll take it. I'm the default. I'll take the default. I'll win by default. So I'm glad that I canceled the doodle stream yesterday because I, once again, as per usual, because I have way too much stuff going on and I'm too busy and I'm too stressed, had a scout meeting that I'd forgotten about until literally like 2 hours before, and the den leader sent out an email saying, sorry, just in case you guys forgot, I know I forgot, this is coming from them. I know I forgot, but there is a meeting tonight, so we'll see you all tonight. I'm like, well, it's a good thing I already canceled because I would have had to cancel last minute. So I prefer not to cancel last minute. Titanium J says, last night I had one of those dreams where I find something I really want to buy, and then I wake up and it's not available. That's terrible. Anyone else excited about Mario Wonder next week? It's all right. I'm not like super, 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 super excited. I'm more excited about Mario RPG. I'm really excited about Mario RPG. Mario RPG is one of my favorite Mario games of all time. It's like a dark, evil shadow elf. My wife is all set to steal the kid's Switch for it. Nice. It looks fun. It looks super fun. I'm very intrigued by the animation and the art style. Probably have some teeth, right? We have been very elf intense. Well, that's the thing. That's what my story is. Like, the default race is like elves. I just want to be an elf. I just want to be an elf, be the maximum level of attractive and almost immortal, and not have to worry about everything else. That's all that means. But that's the default race. This, I'm kind of thinking more like a goblin kind of a thing. Like a shadow goblin. This is like a shadow goblin.
Hi, Kevin.
What's up, funny figs? What's up, Carlos? There he is. There I am. Welcome, guys. Welcome in. My precious. Today's prompt is Rise. So I'm going back to day 11 where I drew these spooky eyes in the darkness. And I'm thinking this is like a shadow goblin that kind of comes out of the shadows. It's got to be cool, though, because if there's no, like, features and it's all just, like, darkness, right? It's got to be... It's all in the pose and the silhouette and stuff. Or there's other ones, too. There's, like, baby ones. I like that idea. They're like coming out of the ground. Southern Uncomfort is back. Hello, hello. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I told the kids to ask the grandparents because I'm only buying it for me. It probably has multiple save files, right? That's the one thing that's a bummer, is when you have stuff that doesn't have multiple save files. It's like, that's when it's a bummer. Why does this remind me of the goo monsters from Sunshine? Well, everything reminds everybody of something. There's no original ideas left in the world. He could be like stuck to this other guy. So in a surprise to nobody, yesterday's prompt, I believe, according to the social media data, is the most liked and engaged piece so far. So Kevin is still stinging from hashtag not Link. This looks like Link when he's a goblin. Shut your mouth, Carlos. Lord. The kid got a Switch for his birthday a few weeks ago, and my wife is the one rushing me to get him on it, playing things, so she can steal it from Mario without being the first one to play on it. Correct. Surprise to nobody. And a surprise to no one. Maybe I should move this to give this, because the silhouette is like critical to this, even though this is cool, move it out more so that it's, you can see what's going on. Hashtag new meta. Now with this new data, with the November revamp be to the Kevin Art School or the Kevin House of Debauchery? Arctic Arts' School of Surprises. Well, my hope is still that I can get a job. My hope is still I can get a job and we don't have to worry about any of this. Then I can do whatever I want. Then I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. Surprise choice 3, the Kevin House of Pancakes. International House of Pancakes. Man, I can't even tell you the last time I went to an IHOP. I cannot. It has been probably 10 years. Carlos, I'm ready for week 3 in a row of Artist Alley. Good for you, man. What do we got going on this time? Enlighten us. What is the show? We got another show this weekend. What are we doing? Upstate Uproar 2 fighting game tournament. Bobo's not an IHOP fan, and they run the sort of promotions I am a sucker for with weird limited edition food. Yeah, like they put food coloring and stuff in it. Weird. Do weird stuff. Yeah, this is definitely not going to take as long as yesterday. That's okay. This also continues my tradition when I do like a really intense one. Like the River Elf Queen was a really intense one. That was a 5-hour one. And then the next one, I go easy on it. So it kind of balances back out. The universe balances back out again. Because this is going to be like all black. Maybe I'll do some like rim lighting like this on the top. Like that, but the rest of it's just going to be solid. Because it's coming out of the shadows. It's a shadow. It's a shadow goblin. What's the only thing worse than a goblin? Shadow goblin. Let's see. Brought in a lot of people last year from Western New York. It's in a cool venue. It's right downtown, and the hall is surrounded by locally owned restaurants. Titanium J says, I stopped visiting IHOP regularly when they took one of these sandwiches off the menu. That's a shame. Oh, yeah, it is a Friday the 13th, isn't it? I saw a funny picture of another artist drew Kirby absorbing Jason Voorhees. So it was like a 3-panel comic, and it was just like, whoop, pulled in Jason, and it was like, now it was Jason Kirby. I thought that was funny. Maybe you should do something spooky today. Yeah, maybe. Is he going to be like a void in the picture? Yeah, this is the final. I mean, this is not the final line work yet, but this is like the final concept. And I'll do these little like offspring ones down here. I stopped visiting Panera because they took over easy eggs off the breakfast sandwich menu. And I gotta give a special shout out to Ray, who finished his Mayan ruins decorations. Was that just like literally just Halloween decorations on your place, man? I was kind of thinking it was for like some Halloween party or something. It's just like dressing up the homestead. I don't know, man. Crochet something terrifying. Just for fun. What do you think you're doing just for fun? Ray has an uncanny ability of anytime I say anything, he's like, how dare you do something for fun? How dare you? How absolutely dare you? It looks good, though. Kelsey likes to do Halloween decorations. Well, it looks good. See, that's the kind of Halloween decorations I could get behind. I don't like the hodgepodge of just a field of everything. I've got a couple of people around my neighborhood that just have like, it's just too much. It's too much, and there's like no theme. It's just like every discount thing that you could find. I mean, they're probably actually really expensive. Not really, discount's probably not the right word to use, but like every type of inflatable and the fake spiderweb, and it's just like, it's just, ugh. It's just like, it's like a clip art of Halloween on somebody's yard. I have a lot of that. I have a lot of that around me. I like it when there's actually a purpose. Like there's a cohesive theme. I'm already making Christmas and birthday gifts, but maybe I'll play Phasmo or something tonight. Titanium J says, I need to watch the Garfield Halloween special. I forgot to do that last year. Someone puked Halloween on the... Yeah, ugh. You dropped your Halloween here. Excuse me, is this yours? Sir, I believe you dropped your wallet. Oh, it's not mine. No, sir, I think it is. Some more like little strings and stuff going on here. Is that Venom? Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Get out of my office. There is a house on my street that goes all out for Christmas. Like every square inch of their house is covered in decorations. Not sure if they do that for Halloween. Past few years I've been off at university during Halloween season. I would love to go all in. So Christmas is my favorite. I love Christmas. I love everything about Christmas. You remember I'm a Christmas baby. You remember I was literally born the day before Christmas. I'm a Christmas child. I love Christmas. I love the spirit of Christmas. I love decorations of Christmas. And I've never gone all in on a Christmas decoration of any kind, because the thing is I don't feel like I can do it right. That's the thing. I want to do it really nice, have a really nice theme. I don't want the hodgepodge of a couple lights over here. Like I want it to look nice, and I don't feel confident in my ability to do that at this stage in my life. Like I like to do the full outline of the home, like the whole thing. Like outline the parameters of your home and the lights and stuff. I'd be all in. So I told the boys, money is right, and we are doing a crafty Christmas, but if there are experiences and things we want to do or learn, we can. Thomas is Christmas Eve too. Yeah, Christmas Eve is a tough birthday in general, but I mean, as a kid, I hated it. As a kid, I hated it. Hated it. Hated it. I have a friend who was born on it. Being born on Christmas is the worst. You got no birthday. What, are you going to compete with Jesus? Get out of here. Get out of here. You're done. What are you going to do? You're just going to compete with Jesus? He gets half birthday and birthday spoils. That's nice. You have to you kind of have to go out of your way to make it extra special, because it's not fun Like, I remember just every time I was everywhere, you know, if it was school or whatever, it's like you're just never accounted for because nothing's happening during your birthday. Like, I remember being a kid, and this doesn't really happen now, but it happened when I was a kid. But I remember, no, don't like that. Like, the teacher would give out little things if it was your birthday, like you get a pencil or whatever. And of course, I never got any of it because we weren't in school. So when my birthday happened, I never got anything. And it was kind of the same for the summer kids. Like, the summer kids also kind of had a similar. They've gotten better these days. Because, like, my younger son, well, both my kids have summer birthdays, and, like, they usually get the stuff still because they just, like, oh, we're going to miss your birthday because we're not going to be in school, so here you go. And, of course, nobody has to do any of that stuff, like, from a school perspective. But when I was a kid, just didn't get it. So I was always angry, always jealous. I even had family members who would forget about my birthday. Oh, that's right. It's your birthday, too. Oh, that's right. Yes. It has never changed. And then, as they already gave me the gift, they're like, oh, by the way, this is also for... It's like, you already gave me the gift. You can't go backwards and say, oops, now this is for two. Does Kevin have a Christmas birthday? I was born on Christmas Eve, Carlos. December 24th. Ooh, he should have something in his chest, right? He should have a crystal. See? It's crystals. The crystals are important. They are always important. You don't understand. You do not understand how important the crystals are. We'll have some glow, and then maybe even like... I don't know, something there. Something. Now that I did that, do I want to have like a separation of the... Maybe. Oh, this isn't even in the right spot. That doesn't even make any sense. Because his body is turning. It's turning this way. That would be here. Why didn't you correct me, Carlos? Ah, so Puerto Rican Christmas. Noche Buena, as some might say. It's party time, Kevin. Rule is nothing Christmas happens on Christmas Eve. And see, and I come from a really big split family. And so for my whole childhood, my entire childhood, we would basically have two Christmases. Because you have everybody on one side of my family doing everything Christmas Eve, which was the Mexican side of my family. Everything was Christmas Eve. And then on my father's side, the white side of the family, it was all Christmas Day. So it's like, yeah, you have two Christmases basically. But it was like, it was Christmas 1 and Christmas 2. Like, my birthday wasn't a thing. It was like Christmas 1, Christmas 2. I think we're ready for final art time. Titanium J's going in for the lurk. I think it's final art time, guys. Look at this. Record time today. Record time. And now Bobo's gonna be mad that I disabled all those redeems. I let him go for a long time. Wait, are you my hermano? No. No, man. Would that make you happy? Long lost brother? I have a brother. He never talked to me. Partly my fault, but you know. I did send him a message. He's like 10 years younger than me. I sent him a message. Man, I don't even remember when. 2 years ago? And I was like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a long time. I hope you're okay. No response. I'm like, all right. I'll let it sit for a while. I have one brother and 3 sisters. I don't like this bit here. I don't like that. I don't like that. You're getting in-depth Kevin lore? Yes. I'm one of 5. One of 5 children. Half Mexican, half very white German. And it's like, it is like the stuff of movies. It is like, you know, the one side that's like the traditional taking the turkey out of the oven, the Norman Rockwell painting. And then the other side is like Ford trucks in the yard with all the doors open, Coronas playing dominoes in the garage, and like, you know, it's like, oh, here we go. Here it is. Here's the other side. It is what you imagine in your head. But yeah, if you guys have questions about Kevin lore, I mean, feel free to fire away. Not like we're doing anything else. I mean, I'm kind of drawing, but you know. And yesterday was like not... See, yesterday was not a very productive day for me. I did Inktober and it came out excellent and I'm happy with it, but I didn't do any of the things I was supposed to do again. It was another one of those days where I didn't work on any freelancing stuff because I did the Inktober prompt and that was a 5-hour stream. And then I worked on getting that stuff uploaded to the shops, and then I spent time tweaking all the existing uploads. So, and then I did a scout meeting. So, stuff occurred. I just didn't do any of the things I wanted to do. Do you speak any other languages? So, I can understand Spanish pretty well. I'm not super comfortable speaking it, but I can kind of like nod along the conversation and understand what's happening. You're Hispanic. I'm half, man. Half Mexican, straight up. I'm going to get rid of the bottom parts of this. But I'm going to let that go underneath this finger. Shade _ the Hellhound hitting the follow button. Thank you so much. Welcome. Carlos, good thing me and my wife didn't talk crap in Spanish. Oh, I would have absolutely followed. I would have known exactly what you're talking about, Carlos. No, you didn't. Hey, thanks for the 325 bits. First time chatter, following and buying me a surf and turf. What have I done to deserve this? That's awesome. Incredibly kind of you. Thank you. I'm shook. Carlos, I would 100% followed everything. You know, any household where you're talking, do you know Spanish? Of course I know all the curse words and all the negative things you can say, man. I'm shook. Shade says, lol, no problem. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. We're doing Inktober, day 13. This is my 13th day in a row to live stream. I don't normally live stream this much, so I am kind of running on fumes. But welcome. I'm drawing a shadow goblin. Shadow goblin. And my starting off point was these eyes that I drew for Inktober a couple days ago. It's all original. I'm doing all original artwork all month long. So, happy Hispanic Heritage. Let's get some Coronas. Shade says, when I talk crap in Spanish, I don't even curse anymore. I just call people fruits and vegetables. Yes. Indeed, indeed. Indeed. Oh, you know what? I should probably save this now. It's at the point where I can save it. Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow Goblin. We are almost halfway there. You rotten papaya. We are almost halfway there. I'm really proud. Like I've never been more proud of the Inktober artwork I've created ever. And I've done Inktober for 5 years in a row. And I've never been more proud of the stuff coming out of it. Every piece feels so unique and it feels so personal. I've also never put this much time into it because, see, I've always live streamed, so I know kind of roughly how much time I put into all this stuff. And these live streams have been obviously much more time than before. I love your art style. Thank you very much. So yeah, obviously up here, this is going through examples of my work. Full-time freelance artist. I'm on all the socials also. So exclamation point socials, type that in the chat. I'm everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, Patreon, all the things. I also do books. So I've done I have 3 published books. One's a self-published, the other 2 are not. And then I'm working on a 4th one right now. I tend to go cartoony. Just for a aside. Running around at the speed of sound. Goddess of D's, really? I think it's now my new go-to swear, rotten papaya. Patreon is awesome. Thank you, Goddess of D's. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I try really hard. Patreon will get another update tomorrow. No, probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a day. Soon, because I'll have the next week's worth of Inktober drawings done, and I'll save out all the concept sketches and stuff. I think in Dominican Republic, papaya is lady parts. So do with that what you will. That is a CRF_art room comment, not from me. So do with that information what you will. So Carlos, is that show a one-day show or a weekend show? This one you've got coming up. I don't have another show until Halloween weekend, and then I got my big money maker, and I am putting a lot on the line for this one this year. Probably unwise, but after 2 years of being my best show of the year, I've kind of come to expect it to be the third year, so we'll see. Could be incredibly unwise. So, you know. Dropped you a follow on the Insta. Thank you. Where's my... Here it is. What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow is a busy day, Ray. So tomorrow, obviously Inktober. Has to happen. Tomorrow night is my collab stream with Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. I'm going to write that in the chat. Ghost Frickin' Talkin'. I'm going to be on their YouTube channel doing Pictionary. Horror-themed Pictionary. And giving away prizes. Alright, that's the YouTube channel. I'll be on their YouTube channel live tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Eastern to 10. It's going to be a late night thing because it's spooky and it's adult language. So it's not a family-friendly stream by any stretch of the imagination. And I still have to do... I mean, I guess I can... Saturday is usually my chore day. It's when I like to go do grocery shopping and laundry. I could push it to Sunday. I probably should with everything else. We'll see. We also need some food. We also kind of need some food. It's gonna be a day. Carlos is very lax. It's kind of stay until you want. Tournament runs until midnight, so the runners are like, stay at least till 6, but stay as long as you want. 2 days. Big D Performance is here. What's up, man? Love the evil Kevin guy. This is my vampire. What is this? What did it not want you to do? Oh, thank you. You can say that. Here, I'll do it. Yeah, it doesn't like links. I'm like the only person that can do links. There you go. Thank you for that, though, Bubble. That's the link to their YouTube channel. So if you want to go, it's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, I will do like a proper social ad. So, hello, Nightbot. It's been a while. He's cool. Thank you. Yeah, this is Count Hinkula. Count Hinkula. And I was a vampire for the record. I want the record to state. I was a vampire for 12 days before Brian was. He got infected. Technically, I had already finished this like almost 2 months ago because the patrons got to see it. Patrons got to see it like in August, right? Isn't that when I posted it on Patreon? That's how vampirism works. I spread it. I spread it. I don't know how admitting you bit Brian is a positive. And I thought it was funny because I saw on the Discord server, Aunt McLeod is now also a Count McLeod. I'm like, well, there can only be one count. All right, first of all, there can only be one count. First of all, there can only be one count. But I'll accept that you are also a vampire. But very nice to see you, Big D. How are you today? I got a sub. Shade the Hellhound dropped me a sub. I don't know who you are, but you're my favorite person. Coming in for the first time ever, dropping a follow, dropping a sub, dropping some bits. What have I done to deserve this? Let's see. Bobo says, Brian already accepted in his lore you turned him. I am actively not thinking about that lore in detail. Don't think about it in detail. You bit Brian foul. You're foul. If there's only one count, how did the count learn to count? Don't think about it too hard. Big D's still working, but rainy weather, so I'm not super busy. I guess I'm going to have you draw me as the vampire slayer now. Oh, you're going to kill us? Well, Count Hinkula returns to his crypt at the stroke of midnight, October 31st. I need to go after Brian, but keep him in check. Joey's going in for the lurk. Yeah, Shade the Hellhound is the MVP of the stream for sure. For sure. Thank you very much, honestly. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. But I appreciate that.
Good job. You did it. Drink a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Carlos is like, I have my... Here you go. Have my 200 cents. Here are my 2 cents. Did you know England had 200 countesses, but no count? I did not know that. That is very interesting. No problem. You're awesome. You are awesome. You're gonna break the game. You're so good. I don't know what I want to do there. I should redesign my vampire OC. Are you an artist too? I'm always super supportive of other artists. Anytime I see other artists, I try to go follow all their things because I get it. The struggle is real and it is never ending. So I always hit that follow back for other artists. I am. Do you stream? Or just post it on the internet? Not that that's a bad thing. Streaming is its own fresh frustration. So this would come like that. And I guess I should do this so that it's there's a little bit of a, we can see something going on there. Like that. Like that. Yeah, sure, why not? Streaming is hell, kid. Yeah, not everyone likes streaming. I don't mind streaming. think it's because I'm naturally extroverted. I don't stream as of right now, unfortunately, but hopefully soon. I mostly post on my Insta. Sweet. I'll hit you on the rebound. Hit you on the rebound. Streaming as hell, kid. You clearly don't mind streaming every day, and sometimes twice a day, for a month straight. Joey's just speaking facts. If it's one thing I admire about you, Kevin, it's your devotion to consistency. I want everyone to know you will almost never find another human being that is more consistent than me. I'm like a mailman. I will deliver through rain, shine, tsunamis. Carlos says it sucks because it's so fun and sometimes makes you money. Carlos is a good streamer too. You guys should follow Carlos. I'm gonna give Carlos a shout out because Carlos actually streams again. I reserve my shout outs for artists that are actively live streaming. There you go. Go follow Carlos. And if you don't deliver, go to jail. Go to jail. You go to jail, you die. I don't think mailmen even do their work as good as you. I'm better than the post office. You can do it, little fella. I don't think that's a little fella. I'm a little fella. I don't think that's a little fella. If you don't deliver, you go to jail. I go to jail in my mind if I don't deliver. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this around here, around the eye at least, just for a minute. Just for a moment. I was so happy that somebody bought that Deadpool comic. I'm always happy when the things I make actually sell. It brings me joy. It really does. I shouldn't equate my joy to stuff like that, but I do. Okay, let's do this other eye. This is mostly going to be totally in shadow, so the silhouette is really important. The details with any visible details are very important because that's like all you're going to see. The eyes, the mouth. I'm going to put this crystal in its chest. That's what's given it life. That's what this whole story is about, is all these crystals. There's 100 of these crystals. It's actually probably more than 100. It's an amazing feeling. Like, when people buy my originals, I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, all the time. You know how many times I say that to people when it's certain items? I'm like, are you sure? Like, this guy bought, remember the hand monster from last year's Inktober? I did that monster. It was like a fantasy creature that was made out of hands. And I sat on it forever, and I was like, no one's ever, ever, ever gonna buy this. And then somebody bought it, and I was like, wait, are you sure? Do you think that's something else? Confidence, pass it on. I used to be a pretty confident guy. I think a lot of my confidence has been rocked over the last couple of years. But it's also because I'm in a totally new arena. So that's kind of fair. Now he's got like a mask, like he's Incredibles. Look, he's an Incredibles. Incredible OC, do not steal. Please do not steal. Thank you. I feel like it should be a little bit stringier. Yes. This will be acceptable. So today I got a parent-teacher conference at 4 o'clock. So my son has early release, so he should be home again at like 12:45, 1 o'clock. And then I really need to work on like the stuff I'm supposed to work on. I got a commission for another fantasy-based character for that guy's game. I think it's a card game. I honestly don't really care. It's got a lot of like really technical jargon that I'm like, I don't process. I'm like, I don't like when he sends me the character briefs, I get like this chart of like numbers, and I'm sure that people that play these kind of games probably that makes sense. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. Strength this number, dexterity this number, stamina. Like, what do you want it to look like? Like, I don't know what this means. There was one time when he sent back a piece for some revisions, and he was like, can you dial down the dexterity and dial up? And I was like, what do you want me to change? Tell me in physical terms what you want it to look like. Let's try you telling me in a different way. This guy needs to look like he's got 12 decks in his life. That's exactly like, I'm like, I don't follow this. I don't know what this means. Yeah, and I told him that. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't speak whatever role-playing game language. Like, tell me what you want it to be like. But that each time I do another character, and I'm on the 4th character for it, this guy, and he always pays right away. And I've actually raised the price for him because unfortunately he's revision heavy, and it's like a lot of wasted time. But it's not wasted if I'm getting paid for it. So I was like, look, I'm bumping your prices up because you know how you are. And he's like, and he happily agreed. He's like, no problem. Because he does do that a lot. So I'm like, all right, well, you're paying, so I don't feel as cheated now. That's a little strange. I thought I was going to kind of scare him off, to be honest. I'll be like, yeah, it'll be fine. I'll scare him off. But he loves my work, and he really wants me to be the guy doing all these illustrations for his game. And I'm like, all right. We just go one character at a time. He pays up front. And then it usually takes me about a week. And usually takes about 3 or 4 revisions until it gets the way he wants. I'm not usually... well... The first one I was kind of happy with how it landed, but I'm not usually a fan of the way he likes it to land. But it's his stuff, so it's like, whatever. It's what you want. I would have gone a different direction with it, but it's your game. It's your game and your money, you know? So what was dexterity? It's like... What's a way to say, like if you think Spider-Man, how he's like, he's not muscly, he's more like lengthy, you know? Draw less nimble. What's up, Nappy? He like, you know, like more gangly, I guess, kind of like that is kind of what he wanted. I'm like, all right, whatever. And him using the Spider-Man, he's the one that used Spider-Man. I'm like, thank you, that helps me, because I have no idea what you're I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what you mean. Tell me what you mean. Tell me what you want. Dexterity's acrobat. Yeah, see, and that's why he used Spider-Man. I was like, okay, now I understand. Now I understand. How's Nappy today? You know what I want to know? How Nappy is. I want to know how Nappy is doing. Nappy is happy! Everybody, Nappy is happy. Hype. Let's see, races. Yeah, I guess I just didn't understand how you draw someone less dexterous. Yeah, I don't know either. We got there in the end. We landed. We landed the plane. Nappy is happy. It's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear, man. I'm drawing a shadow goblin today. So this is a shadow goblin. I'm just creating it out of my head. But the prompt is rise. So I figured like a thing rising up out of like a shadow. And on day 11, this was my drawing on day 11. And this is all original. I'm creating everything up as I go. I drew these spooky eyes in the darkness behind this character. And so I figured What's the creature that made those spooky eyes? So here we go. I'm trying to connect everything. I'm trying to not necessarily like being really obvious about the narrative that's being told in all of these drawings, but there is a cohesive story. It's all from the same universe. Things can connect. And so far, you guys don't count because you're here. You already know the secrets. You know how the sausage is made. But I did have somebody who was not here in the live streams ever. And they were looking at my art. And they were like, they asked, genuinely, oh, is that map from the fortune prompt, is that the same map that you had for the cartographer? I was like, look at the... People are paying attention. Is Spice Lady going to make a cameo? Carlos, that's not... who's to say that that's her actual form? Who's to say, Carlos? This dude has gone straight Splatoon with those. Yeah, don't worry. It won't stay. I'm sure they also asked, is this Link? No. Somebody else asked that on Twitter X. I had a guy who commented that he loved my rendition of Link, and he had like his icon was Link, and then he followed me. And I was like, well, I'm not going to correct him. I just said thanks. Gave me a compliment. He clearly was a Zelda fan. I was like, you know what? You will see Zelda again at some point. So, far be it from me to spoil the illusion. I want these little, like, droplets to be, like, perfect. Perfect little circles. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Rasterize all these. Come on, you could have started Twitter drama. It's all good, man. My dream comic is just if Pokemon and Bionicle had a baby. Is it really? Aren't you known for sprite stuff? Is that what it was about? I don't even know. Ray was like a famous comic book artist, and I don't even know anything about. That's a past Ray I know nothing about. It's kind of like my current art friends who know nothing about my Lego past, and then my Lego people that literally refuse to accept that I'm not a Lego person. Straight up like, nah, I refuse. It's like, okay. Not how it works. I think I should do these last. I'm not going to worry about this right now. I never made comics back then. Just the tools for others to do. See, I don't know. I thought you did. That's pretty cool, though. Look at you equipping other artisans and creators to be creative. That's how Ray became the funniest of figs. Are those baby Yodas? No. So, Digimon? Is this... So this is the one I'm pretending to work on now. 1 page over 3 years. Are you about to drop a link or something? I think you can. You're a mod. You're like the only one that can actually drop a link. Except for me. Aside from me. Why doesn't it let me say famous? You just said famous. It won't, like, it mods you from saying the word famous? That's weird. That's an odd one if it does. That's a really odd one. That's, oh, because I blocked the term famous. Famous is a blocked term because want to be famous? Because all those bots come into all the streams and they go, want to be famous? Want to buy followers? Their first line is want to be famous. That's their, you've seen it before, right? You've seen that. Want to buy followers? Like, that's the opening line is want to be famous. So want to be famous and famous is blocked. I forgot. I was like, why is that blocked? That's why it's blocked. You've never had that, Carlos? I've seen that in like everyone's streams. I've seen that in like Arctic Arts' stream. I mean, I think I've seen that in Joey's stream. That's for sure happened in a Maniac for Brick stream. Like, that pops up in everybody's live streams. Deep stream. No, it's not. I was going to tell a story, but it blocked me. Like, oh, this is what it feels like to be Paul. Blocked. Blocked. Do you want to be Thermos? Do you want to be Thermos? What's up, Brian? I'm drawing a shadow goblin today. Guess what? Somebody bought my Deadpool comic. So that's good. I mailed that out. Went to the post office this morning, mailed that out. My original Wolverine adorned Deadpool comic. Seemed like a funny joke. I liked the joke. Selling originals is always like the proudest items that I move is when I sell an original piece of artwork. That is like, that's what makes me feel like I'm actually doing something. Shadow Goblin. Another Bob Wreck resonating with the people. So this looks a little Splatoon-ish and a little Incredibles, but that's just because I had not finished coloring. The darkness. Let the darkness consume you. Shadow Goblin. A goblin that lives in shadows. So this would be the companion piece for day 11, which was these eyes in the dark that I had no idea what they were. I had no idea what that character was going to look like. This is that character. The owner of the eyes, shall we say. I kind of like that a lot. I wasn't really gonna like maybe I want to leave more of the character not in total darkness because I kind of like how much it makes it feel more intimidating when it's like not fully. I don't know. We'll see. I'm down with that name. I am also the owner of the eyes. He's coming to torture you with riddles. Ray, why are you the way you are? I am also the owner of the eyes. You making fun of me, Los? Poor upbringing. That's a shame. Yeah, I don't really think I want any of these little guys to have any light on them yet. They're still like totally just blobs. They're just blobs. Yo, is that Baby Yoda? Get out. Ew. He looks gross. Well drawn, sir. Thank you. He is gross. Okay, we can do the... We can fill in this. At least underneath the fingers. I'll figure out what I want to do. You're freezing. Freezing meaning the stream is dying. Freezing meaning you're cold. I really hope it's not my stream is dying again, because I will not be happy. I can't believe how many times the stream yesterday got split up. I finally had a nice, awesome, spicy prompt. I had like excellent viewership, and then of course my tablet dies. I have to reboot my whole computer. The stream cuts twice. It's like, what's happening? Why is everything so difficult? Why has everything got to be so hard? You know? No. Cold. Hello, Crystal Rose Bear. How you doing? You need more clothes. On top of the t-shirt and sweatshirt and blanket. Or just turn on the heat. I am avoiding like the plague turning my heater on. Like the plague. Because, so the last time I filled up my heating oil. So we have heating oil. I got this stupid heating oil tank. And that's how I have to heat my house. So it's another utility I have to pay for. I've always hated it. I've always complained about it. But aside the point. Do you know how much it cost me last time to fill up my heating oil? Which I filled in... I had a job, so it was I think it was March. I think it was March the last time I filled my heating oil. How much do you think it cost me just to fill up my heating oil to heat my house? Already cringing. Just for the heating oil. That is all. Nothing else. Just... Ah! Hold on. Stand by. Let me take this phone call. Okay, I'm back. That was the dentist confirming my appointment. Yes, my brother lives in Maine, and he, yeah, it's a lot. So my heating, just to fill my heating oil, last time in March, I paid $1,200. $1,200 to get heating oil so I could heat my home. I almost like passed out when I got that bill. It was insane. I was like, are you absolutely kidding me with this? It's always been high. To be fair, it's always been high. But like last year when I paid for my full tank fill up, it was $700. $700. And it went up to $1,200. So we used it. I heated the house with it. And normally what I like to do is I like to fill it up in the summertime when I don't need the heater and it's obviously cheaper. But it was so expensive, and then I didn't have a job, so I couldn't afford to like fill it back up again. So we're still rocking the like 1/3 of a tank, and I have not turned it on. Why do you guys do heating oil versus gas? It's New England, man. I have no idea. But that's like the norm. Most homes, most of them in New England are heating oil. And you got the big old heating oil drums in the basements. It's just like, I don't know. The settlers came off the Mayflower and were like, this is what we need to do. And you are forbidden from ever changing this. I hate it. Spoiler alert. I hate it. It's so expensive. Ugh. I was so sad too, because I had just started that job, which of course that job ended up being a nightmare in and of itself. But I just started a job, so like money was not incredibly bad. It was tight, but it was like, and then I had to pay $1,200 for heating oil. I was like, you're gonna take everything I earned for my first 2 months for one heating oil. Gross. I'll need a whole new furnace soon. That sounds fun. You own that house, right, Carlos? I don't own. I just rent. Which is good. Which is actually pretty good right now. I've always been afraid to buy. Because I've always been afraid of setting up roots anywhere. Because I've spent so much of my life... I spent so much of my adult life moving. But oddly enough, me living in Connecticut, this is the longest I've ever lived somewhere in my adult life. But for so long, it was like move, like all the time. So I was like, no need to buy a house. Is mine. I can't afford rent here, but I can't afford a mortgage. It's all backwards. That is very backwards. I don't understand that. No, I guess not. Are you telling me that if I just stay here for a couple more minutes, there's going to be a whole army of these guys popping up? Yes, that is what I'm saying. Rent here is upwards of $2,000 a month for an apartment. How many bedrooms? Probably like 1. Yeah, my rent is $1,600. One rent. The rent for this house, $1,600. Let's see. One bedroom for the same cost as my mortgage. My mortgage when we owned a house was $800. Amazing. Incredible, Ray. Yeah, when I moved from Austin, so when I left Austin to move to Connecticut, I was renting a 4-bedroom apartment for $865 a month. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, $865. South Austin. In a bad, yeah, 1,600 is a 1-bedroom in a bad neighborhood. To be fair, there's a lot of maintenance costs you have when you own your own home. We basically had no bathroom for 3 months because of a leak, and I couldn't afford to repair it. So what did you do, man? Don't tell me you peed in a bucket. Oh, that's the outhouse out back. If you have no bathroom, what do you do? How do you function? See, thankfully, or maybe not thankfully, you know, I got a house full of boys. We have 1 bathroom, and when it's being occupied, it's like, well, like, go outside because you don't. It's fine. It's fine. Make sure the neighbors don't see. The toilet functioned, but you couldn't use the shower. That's even worse. I literally only have 1 functional outlet in my kitchen right now. Same reason. Ugh. Terrible. Tragic. 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 Meanwhile, Papa Bezos trying to get into space. Trying to get into space, Papa Bezos. We have a lot of help. Father-in-law is the ultimate tradesman. You see, my dad, I don't have like a crazy great relationship with my dad, but you know, whatever. But he knows how to do all of it. He can do electricity, he can do plumbing, he can do car maintenance, he can do all of it. And he's like thousands of miles away. He can do all of that stuff. I, on the other hand, can do none of those things. None of those things. Oh yeah, my dad's the same way. And I've learned a lot from him, but you know, I can only ask him to do so much before I feel... Yeah, exactly. You're an adult, you know what I'm saying? You're an adult. You can't just be like, you know. Am I on a separate layer? I really should be. I really should be for this. New layer. I don't ask my dad for anything anymore. Says Goddess of D's. Carlos, I can do a few things here and there too. I learned a lot with this remodel. Yeah, you did. You like dove in the deep end, man. Carlos is like, I just bought a new house. It's basically nothing. It's actually just the cement foundation. So really looking forward to building this. And I will see you guys for live streams in 3 months. Meanwhile, everyone's like, what? What? Oh, and I had a baby. Bye! Layer check indeed. Layer check indeed. You know what we still have not seen? Boba Laveau. You know what we have not seen? And it's been days. Days. What have we not seen, Boba Laveau? We, the royal we. What have we not seen? What has not been presented to the class? After days. Days. If it took me days to do a quick little drawing, what have we not seen? And it's been days. I'm not. I'm actually not. But that's a good point, though, Ray. Are you calling me out for not putting vampire teeth in my avatar? We have not seen the vampire bee from Beehabs, who already started it, who already worked on it. Days. It's been days. Something lovingly rendered. Carlos went back and listened. So Carlos knows the joke now, so we can't not, like, he knows the joke. Carlos knows the joke. Did you go back and listen to that whole stream? Hear all the drama? All the tea? Give me all the tea. Days we haven't seen this vampire bee. I don't think it's real. I don't think she actually did any of it. Trying to make us feel bad. You don't know how much time I've spent on it. Sure. Sure. You don't need to lie. Why lie? We understand. It's funny that Ray immediately, you're going to call me out for not putting vampire teeth on my avatar. Just slap it on there. This is like Tiger Woods making fun of a kid playing mini golf, saying how slow he is. You know, the thing that the one thing I do appreciate when I have other artists on with me, and I know it's been a while, I get it, but I still remember, is I'm constantly thinking I'm not fast enough. Constantly. I'm constantly worried that I'm not fast enough with creating anything. Products, commissions, artwork. Constantly. I'm constantly thinking I'm not fast enough. And then when I have other artists on, they're like, can you slow down? It helps, like, me recalibrate that I guess I'm not that slow. But I do always think, like, man, this really shouldn't take me that long. Taking too long. I'm taking too long. I got other things to do. Taking too long. Tiger Woods making fun of the kid. Listen. Not everyone can be me. Speed sauce. I could do stick vampire bees, maybe. A stick vampire bee? What's a stick bee? What does a stick bee look like? It would take 10 minutes and look like a toddler. Bubba Laveau, selective memory. I remember Ark smoking you in the 60-second challenge marathon. You're probably right. I don't remember. I just remember most of the artists that came on with me, like, if not all of them, most of them were like, why are you so fast at this? I was like, what do you mean? I'm not fast at this. I'm going incredibly slow. I'm ashamed. I'm deeply ashamed at how little I've drawn today. That's like a default feeling. We've gotten out of the Splatoon phase of this and the Incredibles. Good news, everyone. We've gotten out of that phase. I keep saying, you've got a superhuman level of production value. We just need to get you connected with the right person who can utilize it. I agree, man. I need to look at that link you sent me and reach out to it. I know the last time you sent me one, I acted on it. What was like the guy looking for kids' books illustrators, I think? I don't remember. I've been shooting out my resumes and portfolios all over the place. I think that was the last one. Not that it's your responsibility to do that, but I appreciate it. Not your responsibility to job hunt for me. Weird 60 Seconds Part 2. Part 2. Very rectangular. That's what a stick B is. Thank you, Bobo, for believing in me. Yeah, I didn't click all of them, but the very first one was Agents for Children's Illustrated Books. If I'm not going to make it, at least I can get someone else there. That's just a sad thing to say, right? It's like, you're like the Terminator going down into the lava. That's so sad. I mean, your heart's in the right place. I'm kind of bummed that I don't think that Ray and I will ever be able to table together at the same time at a show ever. I don't think that'll ever happen, and that's sad. That's sad to me. I even table with Carlos. As if it's like an insult. I've even tabled with Carlos. Yeah, the thumbs up as you go down into the oh. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. He's taking form. Goddess of D's. I know, right? I was definitely about to say, that sounded angry. I'm like an artist peasant. Carlos is like an artist peasant. You know, it's not impossible. I have an airbrushed in 2 years, and I will picked it up. We have a lot of tenses in this statement that are shifting mid-statement. You know, it's not impossible. I'm going to assume haven't airbrushed in 2 years, and I picked it up, and it was like riding a bike. Maybe characters will be the same way. I thought you were like personally done with characters. Do you still like to do them, or no? I thought this was like a plastic brick situation, which I, of all people, respect. The old plastic brick situation. It made me so mad when my last employer, which they were all kinds of shady and gross, but when my last employer found an image on Google of me that they wanted to use for like all their promotional stuff, as like a professional artist that's in their ranks helping their clients and patients succeed greatness. And they were like, here's a mock-up. And I was like, where did you get this picture? And it was like a picture of my minifigure. Like, oh, we found it on Google. We thought it would be really helpful for whatever. And I was like, that's not okay for a couple different reasons, but legally, you can't do that. And I cannot believe I am the one telling you this. I can't believe here we are. Me? I'm telling you this? Really? It's like, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to capitalize on the brand. I get it. I understand. I'm too old to try. Oh my God. You know what happened to me today, guys? Guess what happened to me? You ready for this? I was in my car leaving earlier today, and I started to panic because I couldn't find my phone. You know the panic, right? You know the panic where you start patting all your like your pockets and stuff. I was like, oh dang, where's my phone? And I started to panic. I was holding it. I was holding my phone. Did you make a cameo in the Plastic Brick movie? No, I didn't. They didn't pull it from the YouTube review. That video gives me a lot of different emotions. I was really, really, really proud of it when I did it. The most appropriate time to use that. I was holding it. I was holding it in my hand. But I was really proud of the tour video. Like, I spent like 2 weeks cleaning up my entire basement to make it look spotless so that I wouldn't get made fun of in any comment section. And that, like, I went out of my way to make it look as good as I could. And then I thought I did a good job interviewing. And then that comment section is an ugly, ugly comment section, and it makes me livid when I read through it. So I stopped. I used to, though. I mean, that video has like 3 million views or something. It's ridiculous. But that comment section gets me livid. Because there's people like, I mean, of course, as you can imagine, there's an insane amount of comments. Oh, look at this virgin. Oh, look at this loser. And I mean, whatever. But there's like comments about my kids and stuff in there. Like, I get livid when I look at the comment section of that video. They're like, look at this guy neglecting his kids and instead putting all of his money into some dumb hobby. And it's like, no. I hate that. I hate it. It's ugly. You want to see some ugliness? Read some of the comments on that video. Wait, is that still up? Yeah, of course. I mean, it was never on my YouTube channel. It was on Solid Brick Studios. And he's got, I mean, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, I guess. I don't know. He's known. He came over and he did an interview. I mean, high dollar equipment. He came in with like $30,000 worth of equipment. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's like him and an assistant, and they brought in like 5 cameras and lighting rigs and sound. Like, it was insane. And then after, he used like his hand cam and he wanted to do a room tour. And I was like, sure. Okay. And there's just a lot of really nasty comments on there. And I don't, you know, as most parents do, right? Like most of us parents, we're like, we don't care. Say what you want to say about us. It's fine. But when you start messing with our kids, done. Give me the link. Yeah, don't look for more uglies in your, it's yeah. And I was replying to a lot of them, and of course that's a mistake too, because they're just fishing for that, and I get it. But it was raw emotion. People were talking about my kids. I was like, nah. Nope. I went in there and I was defending myself. I was mad at David because David like didn't reply to any of them. I was like, dude, can you reply to people in your comments and tell them to leave me alone or leave my kids alone? And then I talked to him at some event. He's like, oh, I don't ever read the comments of any of my videos. And it's like, oh, there we go. That's what happens when you have like a video every single day and, you know, you've got hundreds of thousands of peoples and it just doesn't matter. You just don't acknowledge any of it. And I get it. But in the moment, I was weak. Didn't like it. That was the one with the socks. It was. And it was funny, too, because I said, what should I wear? Like, I was going to dress up. I was like, what would you like me to wear? I'll wear whatever you want me to wear. And he was like, well, we're only going to shoot from, like, chest down. Or, chest up. So he's like, I don't care. Wear whatever you'd be comfortable wearing at home. I was like, really? So, yeah, I'm like, okay. And then, of course, even in the documentary, even in the actual high-dollar documentary, you see me wearing shorts and socks, which I was told would be fine. I was like, damn it, David. It's like, I asked you this question specifically for this reason. Mad. Angry. That shot at the kids is a no. Yeah, and I mean, it's just feeding into it. That they don't, you know how it is, right? They're just fishing for fights, and trolls are gonna be trolls. But like, I fed into it because I'm like, you're not gonna talk about my kids. You're not gonna talk about my kids, and you're not gonna accuse me of like neglecting them, when I'm like literally the stay-at-home parent and I do everything for these kids. It's like, you're not about to. I'm like, I'm not about to have my honor I'm not about to be dishonored by you. And it was a lot. It wasn't like one person. It was like hundreds of people. Most of it was just like people being rude and like, this guy's a loser and he's probably alone, probably doesn't have anybody in his life, all that kind of junk, which is like, whatever. It's fine. Doesn't really bother me. But the kids stuff is what really bothered me. The stuff that was accusing me of like child neglect and being like, just really nasty comments. Like, no, thank you. I said no, thank you. I say good day, sir. Look at this. I might actually be an artist. No, thank you, he said. Can you name a bigger loser than someone who just makes negative comments on no? Actually, yeah, people that scam other people. Scammers. Scammers are the worst. Scammers are like literally the worst. And in particular, people that scam people that are looking for jobs. I think they're like the worst kind of humans. Because people looking for work are usually not in a great position and just preying upon people. We got some, they probably should be closer together than that. We got some blobbies that are coming together here. Some shadow goblins. All right, I'm gonna switch this background to red so I can see what I'm doing here, and I'm gonna give these some glows. Hit it with the old glow. Okay. I'm going to say it again, and I say this every day. Thank goodness this stuff doesn't have to get colored. Exponentially raise my time. Like the red background. It's not Inktober. No, it's not. It's not going to stay that way. It's just to help me see the white. This is actually what I do when I end the stream and I put like one layer of white behind everything. I usually will change the background to like a red and then do this and then save it out. So since this is not as complicated of a drawing and we're only 2 hours in, you get to see a little bit more of the process here. Still need to do what I want to do for like a jewel in the chest. So, lol, there are still people commenting on this video. Are they? I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. They're probably, why are you going to go look, Ray? You want to see people being ugly? You didn't believe me? Today credit. They're mostly nice things. Well, that's nice. That's good, I guess. You can give Carlos the link if you want. Because you can post links, I'm pretty sure. Time-lapse video later drawing Shadow Link in 60 seconds. Shadow Link. I thought, actually, I really did think about when I was driving to the post office this morning and I was thinking about today's prompt. I was like, ooh, I could do like a shadow version of Troy. I'm like, Kevin, what are you doing? You were literally giving people more reason to just cross-reference this with Zelda. It's like, no. Stop it. Stop it. Don't make it that easy. And he can also have a sword. And he can come out of the water temple. Bruh. I had to. There's even someone commenting about how one day you'll wake up and no longer like Lego and sell it all. Oh, really? That person probably knows, though. Probably. And it wasn't one day. It was a slow, gradual descent into madness. He needs to do the, as any good YouTuber is supposed to do, right? You have to do the, where are they now? The update. Most of that's sitting in Pennsylvania, actually. Most of it. Since that guy bought out my remainder. Three-year-old comment. Wow. Jedi Greg is here. We talking PA? Also, hi. Yeah, when I sold... how you doing, man? When I sold off most of my Lego collection, I had a guy drive up from Pennsylvania who bought the remainder. So he literally had to rent a U-Haul truck. And he did while he was here in Connecticut. And loaded the whole... It's a U-Haul van. Loaded up the entire van. After I had been selling bits and pieces of it over the course of like a couple years. And I sold it all off to him as like a last final hurrah. I really should have asked for a lot more money, but at that point I was so done and I was ready to be done over it. So, how you doing, man? It's the gift of prophecy. Ask that person for some lotto numbers. Jedi Greg, you ever done Inktober before? Ever? You should give it a shot one year. It is fun. I don't think you got to do it every year like some crazy people like me do, but I think it's fun. Really kind of like makes you think creatively, and there's also like a decent amount of following you get on the socials because you got all these artists that are following the Inktober prompts or hashtags, social media. Why can't I just want this. Yes. Yes. Just give me this. Yes. All right. Give me a new layer. I tell myself I'm going to every year. No, you can do it live. Since you live stream, you can do it on your live streams. That's literally what I'm doing. Whoa. We need to calm it down on that. Why does this looks kind of stupid. It looks kind of stupid. Why are you looking so dumb? Why are you looking so dumb, man? Okay, I don't think that works like I wanted it to work. I didn't think about that. Good idea. Yeah, this is my 5th year to do this. And I've always live streamed. I've always live streamed it. So the very first year I did Inktober was 2019. And I was not on Twitch in 2019. So what I did was I live streamed it on Instagram. So every day I kicked up an Instagram live. And I did the Inktober prompt for the day. And I also gave myself a hard time limit because I was so afraid I wasn't going to be able to do it. So I said, if I give myself a hard time limit, which was 15 minutes, that was it. I said, I can do that because I could always justify myself saying, Kevin, do you have 15 minutes? Yeah, I have 15 minutes. Everybody has 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes I could be wasting on social media or something stupid. So kicked up an Instagram live. I set a timer on my phone or on my iPad because I was using my phone to do the stream. And then I did it. And of course, some of the artwork wasn't as good as others because that was tough to do it in 15 minutes. Some of it came out okay. But what was really important to me is that it got me through the entire thing. And that was the first year. And then after that, it was like dominoes. Because like, I could do it. I did it before. And then the second year, I didn't give myself a time limit. I was like, I'll just do it and see what happens. I mean, the other thing is that each year, this has been taking longer and longer and longer with the prompts. But also, the results. The results are cooler and cooler. Guess I'll just leave it. Okay, I do need to do these extra lines because I gotta make sure I match. We gotta match. We gotta have matchy here. I gotta continue to leave the breadcrumb clues for people. And you guys that already follow me and you're already here, you can't.
Good job. You did it. Drink a Dr. Pepper.
Thanks, Ray. You can't go online and be like, "Oh, is that the?" You already know the secret, okay? Don't do that. You know the secret. You gotta let people find it organically. That's a spicy meatball. Yes, it is. It was so funny when I was going through socials and it was like looking at all the Inktober prompts and it was like food, 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 food. I was like, Was I the clown? Was it me? Oh, I think I had like a little thing going on here, didn't I? I had something like this. Do I want to keep that? I don't know. Probably not. No. It's going to be a no on that one. It's going to be a no from me. I think also on this, it's a little crooked. Like it should be more, be closer on this side. Easy. Ease. Careful, SpongeBob. Don't mess it up. SpongeBob, don't mess it up. All right. I think I'm done with this. I can get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. Do I want to do... I should probably do a little bit of halftone. Right? A little bit. Let's do a little bit of halftone. Still need to do that crystal. The glow really sells it as spooky. Nice. Good. Most good. I like how many people when they see this are like, "Oh man, that halftone is sick." It's like, this is I'm thankful you like it. It is just the default Photoshop brush that I've always wanted to use. I'm like, this is a cool brush. I should use this at some point. You too can use this default brush. I believe in you. I wish I could be like, oh, thanks, man. I made that. That's a custom brush. I put that together myself. See, I'm something of an artist. I should probably just do this all in halftone down here. Probably. Can confirm. Is good. The brush? The halftone? Didn't you use it? Didn't you have it also, I thought, right? We did this, didn't we? I have vague memories of us doing this. Was this when you did the deities. Majora's Mask, the 4 giants. You found the halftone brush in yours. Your setup. It's just a default one. It's fun though. It's fun to use. There's also so many artists though that are like, yo, that brush is sick. And they're like, thank you, I made it. It's a custom pack on my Gumroad. It's like, okay, all right, calm down. Calm down. I'm over here looking through the Photoshop gallery. I'm not crafting my own. I'm not crafting my own brushes. Although I do want a Hinkle font of my handwriting because I use it a lot. The clients want it. It's for them, really. Will someone please think of the clients? We could do this a little bit more in the shadow here. Why not? Rise. I was looking for one I downloaded and found the default instead. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? I think this should maybe get a little tighter around where the ears are. Sure, why not? Whatever. All right. So, look at this. Save it. All right. So the last thing that I thought of having was a crystal, a jewel, a rock, a thing, something right here. Like embedded. That's what I thought about. Should I do it? Should I? Yeah, we are very, very, very close. Like, this is pretty much done. This could be done if I don't want to do this. But I think it'd be a nice little extra storytelling element. There's so many different variations. Suds, you could squeeze out another hour. Carlos. It could be done, and important work could commence. Or we could spend another hour embellishing. We could. We could. Because then it would also continue to add this little bits of narrative with each of these. Because this is not adding anything to it. It's solving a question from another piece, but it's not adding anything to the story. But if I do this, it adds one thing to the story. Important work could happen. Or what does suds mean? When you say I'm suds, what does that mean? Does that mean a thing? Is this hip lingo that I'm not privy to? I feel like it is. I feel like that's hip lingo that I don't know. because I'm old. I'm still trying to process my son asking me what I thought of his drip. Like, no. No. It's gonna be a no from me. He should be home in like 5 minutes. Speaking of. Watch this action. Stop. Okay. What do I want to do here? Why? Oh, it's because it's the brush. I was like, why does it look gross? Why does it look stupid? They're making a book about Avatar Roku. Yeah, man. Avatar Studios is up to all kinds of craziness. Good for them. At first, I was kind of having it like crack, like it was cracking up, but like that doesn't make sense with like the shadow gooiness going on here. I think I'm gonna call that the finished piece. Taper these off a little bit more. I'm calling it done, folks. That's it. Inktober, day 13. Let's cross off. Oh, the shadow's coming through the prompts. Let's cross it off together. Everybody together. Let's do this all as a happy family. Inktober 2023, day 13, rise. Out of here. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. Really appreciate you. Ooh, we can go to Pumpkin Unicorn. That's awesome. All right, we are going to raid Pumpkin Unicorn, who is another artist that I collaborated with that Marvel. We did a Marvel comic collab cover. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was like a century ago. But I drew Captain Marvel, and she wanted Lady Thor, and we kind of collabed on that. So we're going to go say hi to Pumpkin Unicorn. If you can hang out and say hi, drop a follow, I'm positive she would be appreciative. If not, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for another Inktober, and also for the collab stream tomorrow night on Ghost Frickin' Talkin's YouTube channel. Take care, everybody. See you over at Pumpkin Unicorn stream.